latest episode of Newark Schools Now. I'm Sarah Rosenau.
And I'm Olivia Palm. This month we will take a look at some of the Veterans Day events from across the district, have some fun with the Harlem Wizards, and much more.
But first, Courtney Yost takes us to a special appearance of a rock legend who recently visited the high school.
Recently, some area orchestra students got to attend a workshop at Newark High School with Ethel String Quartet and rock legend Todd Rundgren. The Ethel String Quartet held a workshop at Newark High School for orchestra students around the county. Newark High School Orchestra Director Aaron Wilburn would not let this opportunity pass them up.
I jumped at it. I thought this was such a great opportunity. And one of the things that's really exciting, at least to me, is there's students from other districts that are coming in from Granville, from Northridge. They're actually going to get to experience this opportunity with our students here at Newark.
They taught them how to incorporate different styles into their playing and taught them a few new songs as well.
We do a lot of educational outreach. We love working with younger people. I mean, admittedly, most of the players now are starting from a place way farther down the road, which is fabulous, and really we're just trying to give them a little bit of current, Ethel equipment so they can run faster, but they're going to go a long way further, and it's very exciting for us. It's a way of our staying current too.
Ethel spent a couple of hours working with students, but most of the buzz was for rock legend Todd Rundgren. He spoke to the kids about the importance of music and how it can be connected to many things.
Obviously, the seeds of rock and roll are somewhere in the orchestra.
The great thing about it is to see that people, remain enthusiastic about music. That there's always a new generation, who's interested in, learning how to play the classical instruments.
Along with helping the students' techniques, Ethel also tried giving the students something more with this experience. The group members hoped they gained confidence and courage and wanted to motivate them to do more with music.
I hope that what students get out of it is the confidence to just do it and then deal with whatever comes out and then just continue doing it and continue dealing because I think that's the process of, learning toward excellence.
Overall, this was a great experience for the students. I'm Courtney Yost from Newark Schools Now.
Wow, what a great experience for those young musicians.
Schools throughout the district held a variety of Veterans Day events. Miranda Simmons traveled around to visit as many as she could.
At Liberty Middle School, they brought their students to the school's gymnasium to celebrate Veterans Day and had their school's band perform. The students did a candlelit ceremony of all the important wars that got us here today. They had John Wasaki come into Liberty Middle School and give the veterans' perspective from the Veterans Program and asked him what he thinks the kids should get from Veterans Day.
I hope they don't forget about the veterans the rest of the year other than Veterans Day. I hope that they can take a little time and understand what it means to be a veteran other than just what they play in video games.
At Legend Elementary, they invited Bill Risler and other former veterans to tell the kids what Veterans Day is all about.
They get an understanding of what the servicemen are like and what they have to do sometimes. We get a lot of questions asked in the classroom about different things we did in the service, and the kids get a better understanding about what the service is all about.
John Clem Elementary had their 5th grade students do an essay contest for the assembly, and for the ones that were chosen, got to read their essay to the school about Veterans Day. ROTC went to Ben Franklin Elementary and performed the folding of the flag and what each fold represents. They also did the national anthem and their salute. Then asked Debbie Belt, the music teacher at Ben Franklin, how they got ROTC to participate.
ROTC, Madeline asked them to come and help us out with this, and we were so happy that they could do it.
Other schools, like Wilson, have their students do a choir performance. And at Heritage, they honored the veterans who came in and the others who served our country. From Newark Schools Now, I'm Miranda Simmons.
What a great way to honor our veterans. Thank you for your service.
Heritage Middle School is one of the new buildings in the district, but the principal, Tom Serena, wants to keep the old traditions from Lincoln. Here's Courtney Yost to fill you in.
I'm here at Heritage Middle School. where the merging of two schools is taking place, along with many new improvements. As part of the school district's new construction project over the past several years, Heritage replaced the old Lincoln Middle School. Principal Tom Serino has made efforts to connect Lincoln's long history to the new Heritage School.
So when we made the transition, I was happy for the children, and I was happy for the teachers, the students, like I said, to come into a new building that was up to date for today's education. But on the other hand, I didn't want to leave back some of their old traditions. I didn't want to leave back some of their old memories. So we started to try to figure out how are we going to collaborate some of these things.
Serino has brought trophies, plaques, and other mementos from Lincoln and integrated them into the halls at Heritage.
Like it. I started my career at Lincoln, and so I've been around here for a while, and I really was kind of fretting losing the heritage that we had at Lincoln. So for them to bring this stuff over, it's nice, especially in the community, just in the town. They all remember Lincoln, and with the building not being there anymore, it's nice to have it still kind of here for everybody to still see when they come in. They come in for assemblies, they come in for parent-teacher conferences, for concerts, that kind of thing, and they still see Lincoln. You know, it hasn't disappeared completely.
The new school came with more property. Serino planned to use as much as possible for new improvements.
One of the things that we did immediately is that we built an outside shelter. All right, and when I say we were fortunate to get this grant from the Newark Heath Rotary Club. They were the main supporters of this. They went the extra mile for us, and they built us a shelter. It's a beautiful shelter, and we have it out back.
Along with the shelter house, Heritage also added a fire pit and intends to install a walking track as well.
Yeah, our students, they use the shelter house for everything from academics to social activities. Sometimes if it's a nice day for lunch, they'll go outside and they get an opportunity to kind of enjoy the outside.
Appropriately named, Heritage Middle School is a place where the history and heritage of Lincoln still lives on. From Newark Schools Now, I'm Courtney Yost.
It looks like Heritage is really keeping the tradition and spirit of Lincoln School alive.
The Athletic Boosters Club recently held a fundraiser by hosting the Harlem Wizards, who played a game against some of our own Newark celebrities.
Newark High School recently received a visit from the world-famous Harlem Wizards. Known for their trick hoops and alley-oops, the Wizards put on a show for Newark schools and parents in a game against some of Newark's biggest celebrities and past high school basketball players.
We like to go into communities. It's a fundraiser that we do. We love entertaining the kids, the elder, whoever. We are all about excitement and fun. Yes, what he said. He's just here for looks, okay? Right? No.
The game continued with many different acts, skits, and performances put on by the Wizards with the help of many different Newark volunteers. The Harlem Wizards have been keeping tradition alive that has existed for 62 years and counting. Often compared to the Globetrotters, the Wizards claim to have a stronger connection with their audience and more dedication to their job of making sure each individual is engaged and humored and that each member is completely dedicated to this team.
Me, personally, it was luck. Because I just knew somebody who knew somebody. Man, rest is history. That's how the world goes. I actually was playing with another showcase basketball team, and the owner seen me playing with them, and he recruited me here. And that's how I got here with the world-famous Harlem Wizards. I kind of had the same thing. I was playing with another team, and I got seen, and I came out here, and then I've been here ever since, and I enjoy it. So.
The Athletic Boosters' purpose for hosting this game was to raise money for the transportation services for Newark athletics. Each year, Newark City Schools athletic department spends $70,000 a year on transporting middle school and high school students to and from sporting events. $6,000 was raised as a result from the event, and Athletic Director Jeff Quackenbush reports on how he thought the game went for the Athletic Boosters as well as the Newark community.
Oh, I thought it went really well. I think the kids in town really enjoyed having the Wizards here, not only at the game but also at the schools. During the day, they each made visits to all the schools. So for our community, I thought it was a great event.
For Newark Schools Now, I'm Miranda West.
Man, those Harlem Wizards were pretty ballin'.
If you've ever shopped at the Kroger on Dio Drive, you may have seen baked goods from a very special program at Newark High School. Here's Rachel Williams with the story.
For the past 20 years, Mr. Glashinsky has been running a bakery class for high school students. He has been here at Newark High School for the past 6 years.
Now we're a licensed bakery. We're the Smiling with Hope Bakery, and We are legal to sell to the general public, markets, cafes, restaurants, school districts, anybody.
In order to become a certified bakery, they had to fill out paperwork, get approval from the Department of Agriculture, put the nutrition facts on the packaging, and then complete more paperwork in Newark City schools.
It's quite a bit of paperwork, but well worth it.
The bakery sells to local businesses, including Kroger and the restaurant Sparta. It also sells to Granville schools. As you can see, the students benefit from this hands-on experience. It puts the skills they learn in class to use in the work environment. For Newark Schools Now, I'm Rachel Williams.
Sounds delicious. I'll have to go buy some after the show.
The digital divas at Johnny Clem are participating in a robotics program that is just for girls. Here's James Leon Moore.
For the past 3 years, Mrs. Ann Hickman and Mrs. Jody Gwen have taught a robotics program for girls after school at Johnny Clem Elementary. Recently, teacher John Paul Kimino has lent his help to the program and assists the girls in making this year's state Lego robotics competition held in December.
One of the things as a teacher is you don't get to work with a lot of teachers very often, so I really wanted to spend some time collaborating with Mrs. Hickman and Mrs. Gwynn. So I figured I'd help with their club, the Digital Divas. So I decided it'd be fun to help out as a co-advisor, and I joined last year in the spring.
The girls are broken into 2 teams to spread out the workload. One team works on programming the Lego robot to do tasks on the competition area and avoid obstacles scattered throughout the arena. The other works on another project that the goal is to create a series of web apps designed for senior citizens who have a hard time with technology. The group of girls came up with the unique ideas that make getting used to technology easier for seniors, from viewing pictures of family to keeping track of events on a calendar.
This year our theme is Senior Solutions, so we're working on an invention for how to create a web app so that seniors can use the computer they already have, so that it's simple to use and less frustrating, and we're working on getting our Lego missions right with our robots.
Mrs. Hickman and the girls believe that the program helps with problem-solving skills as well as math skills because the girls think of creative ways of completing the challenge and programming the robot.
The kids get tremendous benefits, a lot of problem-solving skills, teamwork, trying to make sure that you use patience before you jump and solve a problem. We see a lot of math going on, so just all-around benefits.
I think it helps us learn more like with math because of with the robot, it can help us with math and with life problems.
I think it helps a little bit with science, and we learn to be a little bit more. We can see more. We can see things like in our heads better, I think, now than we were able to when we weren't in this.
As you can see, the girls have a wonderful time pushing each other to do better every day and putting their minds to the test. For Newark Schools Now, I'm James Leon Moore.
Seeing that story makes me want to dance like a robot.
And now to wrap up our show, we'll hear about how Student Council helped raise money for After Prom with the senior bonfire. Here's Blair Castle with the story.
Student Council held their first bonfire to celebrate the last home game of the football season.
Did the other school that I was at, and it worked out pretty well, so we just thought we'd try. We originally wanted to do it like the night of the game or associated with some type of game, but that didn't work out.
Students enjoyed playing badminton, cornhole, and smashing a car while listening to music, eating food, and watching the fire. The money fundraised in this event will help pay for the Newark After Prom.
We danced some, played some volleyball,
sort of just acting weird, being ourselves.
With the help of Goodwill, Meyer, Davis Tree and Stump Service, Speedy's Towing, and Crispin Auto Wrecking Incorporation, the Student Council raised $216 towards the After Prom. They hope to hold more fundraisers and raise more money throughout the year.
I think once more people hear about it, and I mean, as we're standing here, there's people coming in, and I think it's just one of those things, especially if you start the tradition.
Yes.
Yeah, I
this
think
could be the first.
Build on it. Yeah.
think attendance is pretty nice for the first time, though, so we can just build on and make it better in the future.
The Student Council hopes to keep the tradition going for years to come. For Newark Schools Now, I'm Blair Castle.
That looks like it was a lot of fun. Hopefully it raised a lot of money to make after prom memorable.
Well, that brings us to the end of this month's show.
Don't forget to look for up-to-date information on the school district's Twitter feed, Facebook page, and YouTube channel.
Join us again next month for another look at your school district on Newark Schools Now.